All right, going live. Man, this is a very Angie, look at this this video on YouTube, how it comes out. Look how, holy crow,
Yeah.
that is amazing. Anyways, this is my first live YouTube painting. I've painted live on Facebook 5, 6, 7 times. I figured I'd go out to YouTube and test out a live there. Everybody who joins on here, just want to let everybody know this is not one of those 20 to 30 minute edited down for entertainment videos, paintings. This is, sometimes my paintings take an hour, hour and a half. Sometimes they take 2 hours. I just stay on here for friends and people who want to come in and chat and talk about painting. So I hope you guys enjoy. I've got a special painting in mind for this past weekend, what we had going on here in Indiana. So I'm gonna rotate this and get this set up on the stand here. And that's my daughter Kylie in the background giving us our background music here. And I do paint in I paint my dining room pretty much. Let's get that right there, and then
every morning you close your eyes and make
everybody. All right, let's get this painting going for everybody who can see. Hopefully everybody can see. Angie's going to be watching the videos and seeing who can see what. I don't know if you guys will be able to see me there on Facebook at the angle I've got you at. So Angie might have to change Angie's going to change the angle on Facebook. All right. Where did this? See, Angie, Kylie was over here messing with my paints, and this paintbrush came from somewhere and got paint on it. So I don't know what she did. Anyways, I'm gonna come in here and get started with my sky. What I've got done here is I've got a big 18 by 24 black canvas. These canvases are all primed and pre-stretched and stapled on the back here. I've already spent a lot of time getting this thing all prepped. I put liquid clear on here so my paint will move on here. I've covered the background with about 4 or 5 different colors in different areas where I'm going to be painting over. I'm just going to get started here.
Is this a pattern?
A pattern?
Right here. It goes
Just put some squiggly lines
red, yellow, red, yellow, red, yellow, red, yellow, red, yellow, red, yellow.
What is it, Kylie? You got to kind of tone it down a little bit.
Why?
Because I can. And those of you who watch my YouTube live videos for the painting and the entertainment and all that, people who aren't my friends, people who are new to me, that's like I said a little bit earlier, it's not a painting show that's going to be like a little half an hour edited down versions of painting. This is going to be me pretty much in the raw painting whatever I feel like I want to paint, and get to talk to friends and family, and I look forward to meeting a lot of new people doing this. And always leave your comments, however you feel. Whether you like, if you like the paintings, if you don't, if you got tips, heck, I can take tips from people.
Take out your path.
Try to take requests as well.
Mommy,
I'm just kind of putting
take
some
out your
streaks
same
here
color that you love.
of white.
Take out your same color that you
I've already put some
have. Okay.
background colors through
Then
the
take off
on the back of
red.
this canvas.
Red.
So I'm just
You're
kind of
going
taking
red. You're going to pick out the red
white.
team. You're going to pick out
white
all the
paint,
reds.
this
And
titanium white.
I'm
just gonna
red.
come over here doing
I'm
some
going to
squiggly
pick out all the
lines.
reds. And you're going to pick out all
I
the
figured
yellows.
today I would do a painting to celebrate what we just had through Indianapolis. We were able to see the Aurora Borealis through Indianapolis over the last few nights. It's just been very cool. So I'm going to try to, hopefully I put enough paint on the back. Sometimes
Hey, look what I'm doing.
just get white streaks, but what you doing, Kylie?
Like,
Raise those up.
Go.
I made a couple different ones.
don't
Thank
you want to straight? Go, but you go. But I got what I need to call doing.
Kylie, see.
Decide.
Just kind of coming up through here and dragging this up. There we go. There we go. There's one particular color I really liked out of the Aurora Borealis this time around. We were able to see, I was able to see it pretty well when I was driving home. I didn't get out there able to see it when we got home. So I just figured I would do this little painting, let people see my technique for this. Sometimes I do have to come in here and just add a little bit more color, because the Aurora Borealis, I love the colors of it. I don't want just white streaks in there, so I got a little bit. I like to paint these with phthalo green. It almost looks like an aqua. It's like an aqua color. And then I use a little bit of crimson, and then phthalo blue. I put some phthalo blue in here. That might not show up as much, but I really wanted the Eric's starting to come in really well. I really wanted the phthalo green to show up. I really love that color in the Aurora Borealis. It's very pretty. You kind of drag it up and try not to drag it too much. You kind of want to see it in curtains and layers.
Yes.
No.
Take it over there.
Don't put it like
I'm on Instagram, and I get on Instagram and I check out people's photos. People actually live up in Alaska and visit that area of the country where the Aurora Borealis happens very brightly, and I've gotten some really good inspiration off those Instagram sites. People posting their beautiful pictures. I'm on there and posted pictures of my paintings and stuff if anybody is interested. LJD Paints on Instagram, at LJD Paints. How's this one turn out, Angie? That one look a little bit more like the one you wanted to see?
Mm-hmm. Yes, it is.
More. I like the curtain look. Angie, my wife, she loves it all blended together, so I figured I would do that for her too. Now, as you see, I've come over here. Over here, I got more of the.
morning you wake up.
Over here, I got a little bit more of the phthalo blue. I put phthalo blue on the outside here too. So as I'm going to come back over here and put some streaks over there too. I'm just lifting up and having that white paint kind of blend out and run through this color. That makes that effect. I hope that when I get done here, kind of lift up on it and kind of bring it all together. I'd be lying if I told you where the heck these lights come from. I know someone could probably tell me. I'm gonna come in here. I want to do. That was so beautiful. I thought I was just gonna stop there, but I want to come in here and put me in another studio line in there. And I want to continue this one on. The advice I have for anybody who, because the way I started out painting, the advice I have for people is if you feel like you've always wanted to paint, just go start picking up a brush and start painting. There's no special thing you got to do to get a license to paint. You just go buy paints and you pick up a brush and then you're a painter. It doesn't matter if the majority of people don't like your work. That doesn't matter as long as you like your work. And that's about what I do. I usually try to paint stuff that I like. I don't try to paint stuff just if people buy it and try to paint. I don't try to paint stuff just to sell or whatever. And if anybody asks questions or anything, as always, Angie will try to be my moderator here. I'm trying to make these. I'm trying to make these paintings go a little bit quicker than what they have been going. I would love to be able to finish one of these cool paintings in half an hour and stuff. Do like Bob Ross used to do, and literally paint a masterpiece in 27 minutes. Don't know that I will ever be able to do that. I don't know if I'll ever even strive to do that. But, so now I'm going to go ahead to blend it all together. I'm going to go from right to left, and then I'm going to just lift up on it. And you can blend this in and fade it however you want. You can almost make every single one of these curtains of light meet each other. However you see the Aurora Borealis. I've seen thousands and thousands of pictures of this phenomenon. None of them are ugly. They're all pretty. Every single one of them. So since this is my idea, as this is coming from Alaska. I want to go ahead and put something over top of this. I'm just going to do a mountain over top of this. I don't want to take away those curtains of light there, but I'm going to go ahead and make myself a little mountain here. Oh. Hey Alan, I'm looking down here and seeing who's all on here because I really want to take care of my Facebook friends and everybody like that. I'm doing this first YouTube live. Hey Kelly, hey Joyce, how you guys all doing tonight? Hey Alan. I don't even know if anybody's even watching on YouTube. Yeah, I got one person on there. That's all right. Okay, so I'm gonna go down here get my mountain colors together here, and I like putting black and a little bit of brown in there. Depends on what scene, sometimes it all depends on what season I'm in, or however if I'm making my mountain with snow or not. But since I got this Aurora Borealis, I'm gonna put a little bit of alizarin crimson in there. I'm gonna put a little bit of this phthalo green in there that I was coloring with, that I was making the Aurora Borealis with. I'm gonna put a little bit of the phthalo blue in there. On the off chance that some of that will pick up some of my highlight and background colors there. So come up here, figure out where I want to make my mountain. I got a really nice cool open space here. I don't want to cover up all this, so I'm gonna make it over here, and I'm gonna kind of go like right up in the middle of this one. Not gonna cover up all of it, but I'm gonna go up here in the middle of it and make myself find out where I want to start my peak. Get my peak right there. Come down. Then get going on how I want my mountain to lay out here. So just put on this background color of the mountain, really a dark color. I have made mountains with. I made the other day. I made some mountains with some lighter colors, like what did I have on there? I had some browns and stuff like that. They make some pretty cool, really cool mountains. The deserty mountains. Just gonna come over here because I don't want to cover up this whole Aurora Borealis coming out. I want it to look cool. The mountain, like you looking behind the mountain, you see this Aurora Borealis. It's really cool. Let's see here. I don't know, Angie, did we? We didn't even go out there to be able to really see and appreciate the Aurora Borealis for what it was the other night. I wish we could have. I was seeing bits and pieces of it, and then we got in after work and started doing our nightly stuff and kind of didn't get back out to check it out. But I got to see a little bit of it, and that was exciting. Everybody let me know if you guys can hear me or not. Sometimes
You're toning down. You're like,
sorry. When I get to concentrating on what I'm doing with my, when I'm putting in my mountains and stuff, usually it's with my mountains. I really concentrate on them because I want to see where I'm going. And then I want to, you can probably hear this as I'm coming through here, I'm scraping off as much of this paint as possible. You can hear that. I'm trying to scrape it off because when I come back in to put my highlights and stuff on my mountain and make my mountain ranges, I want as little paint on there as possible so it doesn't mix. Of course, I'm using the black canvas with liquid clear on it, so it won't really mix, but it'll still get in there and create an effect I don't want. So I'll come over there and scrape it off. Especially, I put this light color on the back here with these Aurora Borealis, so it's gonna make me have to scrape a little bit more. I'm gonna run this underneath that.
We got one need to come.
Let's get over here.
Wait,
I run this around this way.
Joyce said she started on the YouTube, but there is no place to make comments, and you can't see other comments, so she came over here.
Well, we'll have to work.
But you can watch them. You can watch them, though. I mean, you get a lot more people, you know.
Oh yeah, we'll
look
get a
at
lot more
videos
people
and
watching. Now, I'm sorry about that, Joyce. I appreciate you trying to get on there and look, and I am so glad that
I've
Angie
been
said,
trying
"Hey,
to do
get the Facebook one going so everybody can see."
Come look! Come look! What I drew!
You have to wait
I'm
just
gonna-
a second. I'll come over
I'm
there.
going to run this black mountain black background color. I'm going to run it all the way through to this other
I'm back to the eyelash.
edge of the Aurora Borealis, and just kind of make like a little distant foothill that I'm not going to probably do much with in this painting, but it's just all to make this painting look really crisp. I'll probably come in here and like take a fan brush and make some what looks like distant trees sticking up out of the foothill.
I thought you could make comments. 'Cause I
Yeah,
thought
you should.
it must be after it's done.
I don't know if you can make comments on.
Because you see people talk about videos.
Andy, do you want to get on there and see?
I'm on there.
Oh, and there's nothing.
I keep switching back and forth.
And there's no comment section whatsoever. Huh?
No,
Oh,
but
yeah.
after your video is done,
Then there should be able to make comments. Yeah.
let's see.
All right. Just scraping off some of this paint here. I want to make my life as easy as possible when I'm making my mountains, because if I'm doing these things live, I know you guys might get a little bit bored with me trying to keep on cleaning my knife here with my cleaning my knife, getting off all this dark color. But everybody, let me know what you think about this these northern lights so far. Yeah, sorry, I'm just looking down at your comments and reading them. Just let me know what you think about the Aurora Borealis I've done this time. This is like the most intense Aurora Borealis scene I've done so far. Do you like that one so far, Angie? Angie, you like that one so far?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna come back in here. I want to touch this up a little bit. You might not see it from back there, but I don't want a lot of the brush strokes to be seen, so I want to fix that before, as I'm painting here, these brush strokes that I see in here that I didn't get all the way out, they will irritate me until I fix them. So now I fixed them and now I'm happy.
Which one do you think is the same
Alright,
color?
so
Which one do you think is
let's
the
see,
same
where's my
color?
okay, my videos are over here, so I'm gonna go ahead and make my color for my mountain. Yeah, like I said, since it's Alaska, I'm gonna make like a snowy color with a little bit of phthalo blue. Not a lot, a little bit. And if I go overboard, like I just went a little bit overboard there,
Hey,
the phthalo blue, it's a strong color. As you see, it'll eat up all your white in a second. So get back in there, mix it up until you're happy with it. I want this to look like a snowy scene. So I don't want to mix this up all like really like all the way to a blue. I want it to be a mixture of a blue and white, and I want to make it marbled, like a marbled effect there. I'll come around here, and to make this mountain with my knife, I just come here and just kind of cut across it, get a little bit of paint on the edge of my knife here. Not too much, but not too little. You just come here towards the top here and find your first peak and then come down there. I kind of run it across there. Sometimes I go too far, sometimes I don't, but there's no harm in that. I'll come up and I'm gonna grab a little bit of white from a second, just plain old white from a second time through. Come here and put a little highlight right there. There we go. The biggest thing for me is I want to make sure that I don't disturb the edge of my mountain. I want to keep the edge of my mountain a little bit black. I want to have a little bit of black on the edge of that mountain, and then see my highlight colors here, my highlights in my shading, my shade colors. Then we'll come down here a little bit further down and make sure I just kind of get that all, make that all uniform, so to speak. I'm gonna be going through a lot of white when I make snowy mountains. I go through a lot of my white, and especially since I rinse off my, keep washing off my my knife here too, because it gets a lot of the dark color on here, and that mixes in here. I don't want that really. I want to see a lot of the blue and white. So the whites, like the snow and all that stuff, may have some frozen water in here, and then also the Aurora Borealis bouncing off that. It's a cool effect. Right here, look at that. Just like that. It's got me a little bit of a valley here, and then I got a little bit of a foothill. Maybe it's going off in the distance. I made a couple rolling things there. I am going to highlight those too. And I'll go down that way on that one. Don't really need much of like a, you don't need too much of alternating colors on the rolling hills. You just need to give your rolling hill a little bit of a shape. So on this side of the hill, I'm just pulling that way. You just know that this hill's off in the distance and the light's bouncing off the very top of it. It's just a small little rolling hill here. I'm gonna come back over here and fix this part here, come that way. Angie, if anybody says anything and if I need to change an angle, do something, just let me know. I'm gonna do one more. Go back that way. I picked up a little bit of the black color. That's okay. It just, in the end, ends up looking like rocks and ridges in there. You just, you can't see. Come back that way. Yeah, alternate a little bit of the blue with the white, and just get that snowy Aurora Borealis reflection effect here. There we go. Now I'm going to take a little bit of white. I'm just going to come over these spots I don't like that have that black streak in it, and just kind of be really gentle with this and come down really slowly. Really slowly. And I'm touching this. I am touching this canvas like as soft as you can touch without, just before you let go of it. You're not touching the canvas. It's a really soft touch because you want this marbly effect that I got here that makes it look like the rocks and everything on this mountain. It's made by your touch. Just very lightly. You can't even hear me. You can't even hear me hitting the canvas.
I just made a picture of a car with somebody looking out the window and a house with windows.
Yeah. I'm probably going to cover this edge up.
I have to wash my hands.
That's okay.
Fix
Go ahead,
it.
keep painting.
I'll make sure it looks pretty uniform here. I'm not a perfectionist, I don't think. I am a type A, so
Do another one.
I am partial type A at least, so sometimes things bother me and I gotta fix them. Make a little bit of snow coming that way.
That's very cool.
That's Daddy.
Is he driving the car?
I'll probably cover that all up. That's okay.
At the window.
Let's get back over here on the big mountain here.
No,
I'm gonna come back down with this.
this is Papa's house and Daddy's.
Come
We
down
were
here.
driving.
Go back, go into that valley there. Now I'm done with that edge. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna go up to my next peak. And I'm gonna get up here and go there, and come down, and kind of follow down that way. It is a very gentle, soft touch. You see me doing that stuff like that. I'm doing a very gentle touch and rolling this knife right off the thing here. I'm gonna come down here and.
Kelly's still on. Joanne Steerwalt's on.
Thank you everybody who's on there, and I thank
Joyce,
everybody.
of course.
Everybody who is watching on YouTube or does watch on YouTube. Click like, subscribe. I will be doing more YouTube live videos. Send me comments. Follow me on Instagram. Follow me on Facebook. All of it's LJD Paints. Come in here and a little bit more down there. That's I like making a lot of different colors and stuff in my mountains, so they kind of look funky to start off, and then I usually can end up tying them in pretty good. Here towards when I get done making the mountain, and I'm just gonna make these. I'm just gonna make this. I just decided I'm gonna make this to where this mountain is like a mountain range coming at me and coming off the canvas this way. And when I do that, it's gonna make that foothill go back a little bit further. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do that right now. I'm gonna do that before I make my shadow color. I want to make these the mountains are going way up, really high peaks. Come down and kind of just like that.
Jess Jones is watching.
Hey, thanks for coming around, Jess. Let's see. I always do this. I come in and I'll take something that looks perfect and I'll mess it up by overdoing it, but I want a peak right here too. Maybe for later. If not, it still ends up going tiny in there pretty good. There we go. Just put a little bit more down there. This is all the bottom part's not really going to matter too much to me because I'm going to be doing some mist effects there and everything, so I can cover up my bottom if I mess up down there. And then I'm going to come down here to this peak. I'm just going to do a little bit of the same. Just kind of come straight down. I haven't done one of these mountains in a while where I just kind of take it like a chain that's coming down this way and just kind of make everything go straight down. So I figured this would be a good time to do that. That'll be fun. That'll work. That'll work. Just add a little bit more of this. A little more of this color here.
Mike, come look at the picture.
All right. Now I'm going to mix up my.
Mike, come look at the picture.
I'm going to take a little bit of the color I made the Aurora Borealis with. I'm going to use this phthalo green. Is everything showing up without the lighting?
Mm-hmm.
The lighting's working good? Okay, good. Take a little bit of that phthalo green, mix it with some of a titanium white, and then I'm just going to go ahead and mix it right here with
Look, Mommy. Look at my picture. That's my house.
oh, Kylie, you're being
Oh,
a
that's
little
And
beautiful.
you're looking out the window.
Here, I'll show you real quick.
So
There.
phthalo green, phthalo blue,
Wait a minute,
and
right up ahead.
titanium white. I don't want to take away all my highlight color because I have a feeling that I'm going to have to go back
Good job.
and use some of my highlight colors.
Daddy, look. That's my house and my name.
Holy cow. We got
And Mommy's looking out the window.
as always, we got Kylie here, our little 4-year-old. She's a budding artist. She's got her own stuff going. So we let her show her stuff on the live videos.
Here, walk around that way.
We got friends and family and stuff that like to see Kylie, and she keeps them entertained. Are you watching that video, Kylie? All right. Anyways, okay, so let's get this.
Keep watching. Go look at it.
Let's make this mountain look more like a mountain. So I'm gonna go ahead and come here and just hopefully this.
I'm looking at the video that's on top of the screen.
I'm gonna have to dull that down a little bit more. I'm doling down the phthalo green a little bit more of the phthalo blue.
Can you give me a little bit of Cheetos?
There we go.
Yeah.
I don't whenever I make my paintings, I don't have a painting that I've made before and have it off in the distance looking at it. When I paint, I just paint what I paint what I feel like I want to paint live that day, and that's what I do.
Joyce said talk the talk when he's explaining what he's doing. It sounds like he's been at it for years.
Thank you, Joyce. So what I did here with my
Kylie,
shadow
Joyce said,
color,
good job on your painting. I mean, on your picture.
I put a little bit of the more of the Aurora Borealis colors in there, and it kind of just gives this little cool little.
Thank you, Joyce.
Almost looks like a reflection of
Get those cheetah popcorn.
the Aurora Borealis. I just bring that on there, and that just makes that peak look, you know, brings that to a peak and gives it some 3D effect. Sometimes there's no rhyme or reason for the highlights I choose and the shadow that I choose. This one, usually when I do my Alaska Mountains with the Aurora Borealis, I do like to choose colors that represent the Aurora Borealis. I got in there. So I didn't put a lot of this, I really didn't put a lot of the crimson red in my Aurora Borealis. So I didn't put that on into my shadow color. Gotta switch it up every once in a while.
That's a picture. That's all.
Just gonna come down here. Wherever you want your dark to be, wherever you want a peak to be,
Hey, that one's one. That's one.
and you can add a peak at any time you want. I see a little bit of peak happening here, or I could come up here a little bit later if I want to and add a little bit of snow color right there and come down a little bit and make that a little bit more of a peak if I want to. We'll see how I feel. Just bring that down a little bit closer to the other part of the mountain there. There we go. I don't like to take, I've seen some mountains where people take all the color and they cover up the whole mountain with color. You can't see a lot of the dark. I think that adds a bit of depth to the painting when you leave the black in there, and it also lets you think that there's rock. You can think that there's rock formations back in there and everything. So that's how I usually keep my mountains. I think mountains is the most I've painted. All my painting, I think I've painted mostly mountains. That's the most I painted. I'm trying to say. I painted a lot of scenes, but just come down here and make a little edge. That right there. Come back up here.
Where?
If I don't like where my peak's at, or I don't like where my highlight or my shadow color, I just come here and grab it and very gently come back up here and add some more in there. Very gently, because you can mess that whole thing up. So on this one, the way I have my peak set up, this one I didn't bring the shadow all the way back behind that peak, but here I was able to bring it back behind this peak, and it looks like there's shadow behind this peak up here really close. Whenever we do close-ups of this thing later. Now I got this side over here where I can make this thing really, really shadowy. I can bring that down.
You're gonna be my lawyer, okay?
That's my favorite one to make, is this one off in the very end, because I really can't make any mistakes on this. Or happy accidents. Bob Ross. Like Bob Ross used to say, yeah, he's my, anybody who knows me knows that he's my idol, so. He's the whole reason why I started painting. Growing up a kid in the 80s, I watched Bob Ross probably way more than I should have as a kid, because looking back, some of the jokes he made were a little bit off color, but I find him funny as an adult.
What the heck happened?
Oh, shoot. All right. These mountains are actually shaping up pretty good. I don't know if I need to do anything else on those or not. What do you think, Angie?
All of a sudden your thing went blurry.
Oh, shoot.
No.
Angie's fixing it. Alright, so I'm going to come in here. You know, sometimes you don't need to have a uniform highlight color. You just need to have a highlight color that is lighter than your shadow color, so that it pops out. So sometimes I come in with a little bit of my highlight, my shadow color. Sometimes I come in with that, and I'll come in with a little bit of that in my snow, and then I'll come in here and just put a little bit of that into parts of my painting. Especially if I'm trying to reflect the Aurora Borealis. You know, I like having what, Andy?
We went all out of focus.
Is it in focus now?
Mm-hmm.
I see it, yeah. So I'm just trying to, I like to add lots and lots and lots of snow. It's Alaska, these mountains have a lot of snow in them, so I'm adding a little bit of highlights there, and I'll come in here, I see a little spot where I can make a...
I can walk on air, come look.
Oh, it keeps doing it.
Make that a little bit right there, make that a little bit of a different type of peak right there, look, it's sliding over,
Come look,
and we'll go
I'm walking
in
on
there.
air.
Shore this up a little bit.
There I am.
Down like that. I don't want to make that into a peak. I just want that to look like just a shelf of snow. Yeah, I was going to make this a peak and bring this out, but I just want it to be like a shelf of snow. I kind of like how this is all shaped up here. I don't think I'm going to mess with that. I think I've got enough peaks on that mountain. Alright, so now I got to come back with one of my... I've been painting all day, and I painted last night, so I've got a lot of dirty brushes. I'm trying to reuse them and not have to wash them off, because I can't, for the love of me, whenever I try to, when I try to get the paint off of them, use the paint thinner and try it, I can't knock all the paint thinner off. It has to dry. So I'm just going to come in here to make a little bit of a mist effect that's in the mountains. Just come in here, I'm just going to be painting the base of this mountain with this is a semi-clean brush. It should be, really it should be a clean brush, but I gotta save some of my brushes for later, so I'm gonna come up here and kind of follow the shape of the mountain, go up just a little bit and kind of tap and bring it down, back along here. You know, there's mist in the mountains everywhere. There's not any mountains that don't have mist in it. Some parts of the day there's more mist than other parts of the day. But this also helps me when I'm doing when I'm painting in front of the mountain. This helps create just a little bit of a layer between the front, the foreground, and the mountain, and it pushes the mountain way back into the painting when I paint in front of it. And then I'm going to go up here with this. I wipe that brush off a little bit, and I'm just going to kind of bring that mist up into the mountain and the hills really gently and really lightly. Yeah, if that works good, if they can see that.
Your phone keeps going out of focus again.
Oh.
Like it just blurs it all.
Well, that looks good. I mean, I think they can see there. Oh. Okay. So we're having lighting issues here. We're not professionals here at all, but I just want to share love of painting and talk to people, and so I'm just kind of smoothing out this mist that I put in there, just bringing it up the mountain. Still paying attention to angles and how your mountain is. All right, I think we got a pretty good little mountain there. Does that look pretty good, Angie?
Yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah, nice. Okay, cool. I always talk to my wife here, and she's got a further back view. I'm always up here in front. I sometimes don't step back like I should to look at my painting. So I always ask her. All right, so I'm gonna figure out now. I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do.
Can you open up
here.
these, please?
I'm gonna stick with these lighter colors, and I'm gonna mix in a little bit of. I'm gonna make like a little bit of a gray color with these mountain colors and the Aurora Borealis colors. This is my first time I've live painted with the 18 by 24 painting, 18 by 24 canvas. It's a pretty big canvas, and It's really nice. They're really nice canvases. When they're done, they're
I didn't realize that was the huge one.
yeah, it's the big one. I was looking through all my canvases and I was like, you know, I'm just gonna do the big one tonight. I'm just gonna do the big one and see how that goes. If I can paint pretty good with it. I'm just mixing my color here. I'm doing a limited palette here just because it's a nighttime and it's supposed to be just snow in the Aurora Borealis color, so I'm not really going into crazy ass summer and and springtime colors, which sometimes is good for me because I get carried away with all those colors. All right, I think I got a decent color there. I want to make sure I mix up enough of it, because I get myself in trouble there too when I don't mix up enough when I'm making the trees. All right, just kind of fold it over until I got to where I can pull it out flat. Take my tree making fan. I don't even know what number this is. Probably this is like a number 8 or something like that. I'm gonna make some tall trees here. Yeah. I don't want to cover up that whole foothill, but I'm gonna bring a couple up there that will go above it. I don't want to cover up that whole thing. But I like making these distant fir trees. They're pretty to make. As I get over here towards the middle, I'm gonna go up a little bit higher into the Aurora Borealis so you can see them a little bit more. And they're just distant trees, so we don't really. I'm not really caring about giving them that much shape. I just want you to just know that they are true. That when you look at the painting, you know that they are trees. Some of them come back in here and put a little bit more dark in. I want you to be able to see that foothill a little bit. I don't want to cover it all the way up. Here, cover these up a little bit. Yeah, I think that does a trick over there. Now I'm going to bring this tree line down a little bit more into the mist to really create some depth. Let's see, here we go. I made it a little bit darker so it can be seen a little bit better. Bring it down here. This is just supposed to be distant trees. If you don't worry, if you can't really see it in the video there, it's just supposed to be really distant trees for my front layer level or foreground part of the painting. But I'm gonna come back in here and put a little bit of black on it, so just so you can't see them. Some of them stand out, some of them just fade into the background. There we go. There's some cool ones. As you get down that mist, and you could run your trees up your mountain and make it look like the trees are coming out of the mountain. But I kind of run them across the front here. For my purposes tonight of doing this painting, I wanted to kind of, since I'm doing my first YouTube one, I am trying to keep it a little bit shorter so people on there will watch it and not get bored with tears. But of course, there is the fast forward option, I guess, for them. And these trees over here, you're not going to see much because it's really dark over here. So I'm just going to put some color in there or whatever I do there. And I'm going to come across here and at the bottom of this, mist it up a little bit. Kind of go whatever angle I want to do at the bottom of this. I'm going to try to make it into a rolling hill look. So it's got like a little bit of a rolling hill look at the bottom of this. Just by turning my fan brush on its edge there and coming across, it just makes myself a little ground area, and it's just like just rolling hills. And I got my mist here, and since we're doing this winter scene with Aurora Borealis, I'm going to be putting in some snow. One of my favorite things to put in is snow. Favorite things and easiest things. I'm going to need a lot more of the titanium white. Where's my titanium white? There it is. I got all my paintings down below. All my paints, sorry, not my paintings. My paintings that I have take up 2 rooms upstairs and then some. Oh, I'm actually going to take I'm going to take a clean fan brush, big fan brush. What I've already used already. I'm going to grab some of this titanium white. Try to show you guys how to do it. I'm going to actually grab some of the blue in there and put it in the titanium white. Kind of pull it down like this. Roll my brush up really well.
Joyce said, "Wow."
Oh,
I stood a little close up.
do you like the painting, Joyce? Thank you. So I'm just going to come in here, and this is where I can start shaping out this the lay of this land here. Sometimes I have a problem with whether I want to start on the inside and come out, but I think I want to start on the inside here, and I'm going to just kind of come in there and pull it in like that. You'll see me dipping down the bottom a lot, and it doesn't matter. I really want to pull some of that dark color into this because it's shadow. So that's the cool thing about snow. You really can't go wrong. Even if you pull a little bit too much of the black and dark in there, you come in with more white and go over it. You know, white is an opaque color. It's not transparent, so you can cover anything up with white. And I'm just coming in here. I'm making my the lay of my land here, coming down. And this hill, my trees are up higher, and I made my ground a little bit higher, so I'm coming in at a bigger slope, and it's going down at a steeper slope, and it's just creating distance, it's creating height, it's creating depth. It does a lot of, how you hold your brush and how you do your brush strokes, that does a lot for your painting. You can make a lot of things happen with just the angle of your brush stroke. So I just made that a hill right there, and then I'm going to come back here, and I'm going to come back and come over and then come back down a little more. Just like that. Come down here. Like I said, when I do my winter scenes, I use a lot of. See, I came back in there with some of my blue. This is going to be reflecting some of the colors of the sky. So I don't want to forget that, but it's going to be in there. Snow is very reflective, so I'm going to bring in there, make sure I keep that color in there. I don't want to forget about that. And then it's okay if if you're doing your painting and you want to just have you just want to have a lot of white.
Oh, that's
snow
beautiful.
is white and snow is beautiful. So however you want to do it. That'll be up to you.
Out in the sun, it's a little
Because in the end, whenever you paint, you're supposed to be painting to make yourself happy. And that's what I try to do. Every once in a while, I'll get a special request for a painting, and I will do it for that person as a special request, and just, if I accept that task, I will do it. And if it doesn't make me happy while I'm doing it, that's something that I'll own or whatever. But for the most part, I do 99% of my paintings just out of pure joy. And if people happen to buy them, that is just icing on the cake. Because I reinvest every single cent that I've made. I've invested every single cent back into my paints and my stuff. So I'm coming back in here. I'm gonna finish up this distant stuff here. Just gonna come over here, and then I can
I can draw
now-
the kitty cat's name.
come back. Let's see,
F.
a little bit more.
A.
I'm gonna start here and come back the other way.
V.
Because this part of the land is coming, from a whole nother a hill. So I can take
What
that.
do you think his name is?
Hold that right back on top of that.
Favo.
Yeah.
That's what you're up. Favo.
And his middle name, I
Pay
can draw his
attention to
middle name.
So
I can draw
Kelly
his
and
middle-
Joyce are in agreement. It would be fun to
Mommy, I
have this
can draw
summer. We'll
my
have a
kitty
cookout
cat's
where
middle name.
with a paint and cookout.
Oh,
I
yeah,
can draw the cat's middle
I am all down for that. I will put something up, and
We might be able to set up where everybody else can paint too.
P.
yeah, I'll have plenty of stuff for everybody. We could do one of those.
E.
Just sit and paint and get together, and that's a great idea. That's a really great idea. We've been thinking about doing something like that.
That's what I said. That's what I told them in the summer. We'll do it. Plan a
T.
cookout.
This is some really dirty land up here.
C.
It's some really dark spots.
What's his name? Mommy, what's his name?
So I'm just kind of
Favo.
finishing up this.
No, this is his middle name.
That's a hard
Come in
one.
there.
Favo.
Favo.
Every once in a while, I gotta grab these things. The
Gotta use
the
letters
bristles
to
come
put it
out of your brush. That's what you got. That's what you got to deal with whenever you paint. And you got to
Look,
deal with it more
Mommy.
so whenever you paint with really
There's
thick
his
Miss
paint.
Klein is on.
Hey, Miss Klein, how you doing?
I can draw his ears. Look, I drew the kitty cat's ears.
Mm-hmm.
Let's come in here and
Pretty.
shore this up a little bit. Make me a little bit of a base to come from. Got to flatten
Let
out
me see this for
somewhere.
just a second.
Let me finish. There you go. Now you can
Thank
have it.
you.
Now we got a lot of snow there. Maybe this, to me, maybe this edge right here is, it's snow covered and it's frozen, and
I can go ahead
all
and
that.
finish my apple.
I gotta fix up my tree line there. A cool thing before I get up finishing up this spot right here, the cool thing you can do is take a clean brush and come back in here and just lift up. And just lift up. That's all I'm doing. It's just lifting up on the very top edge. Angie, you want to come here and show them?
Oh, yep.
Just when Angie comes here and show you, it's a cool effect. And she can, she'll zoom in here on what I've already done. She can zoom in right here, and you can see where I've just by lifting up. It looks like I've created either thousands of more small trees, and sometimes it'll make it look like it's the trunks of the trees that are in the background. So I'm gonna go across this whole thing and lift that up, and that's really all I've got to do for this tree line. You know, you put a lot of snow in there, it kind of ends up looking like the bases of the trees. Alright, come back this way. And I'm just doing it all the way across. All the way across. Just a neat little, quick little way to make yourself some foliage or tree trunks, wherever you want it to be. And there it is. Just that quick. Very quickly you can do stuff like that. Just by the way you use your brush and the way you grab it, to me it looks like a lot of little trees or little sticks and twigs and things, but it also, back there in the back, almost looks like the base of the trees. I might not use that brush again, but I did. I made it a mess just to do that. So I got that short up there. Now, what I was thinking about doing, I put a bunch of color down here, and I don't think any mountain scene is, especially an Alaskan mountain scene, is any worth its weight in anything if it doesn't have some water in front of it. So I've saved a couple of my good brushes here to add some water in here. So I'm going to come in here with the, I'm just going to come through my colors that I've been making my snow with and my Aurora Borealis and my mountains with. I'm going to come through and just get some of it loaded up on the edge of my brush here. And I'm just going to come in here. This is all looks pretty frozen and all that stuff. I'm just going to come and just kind of come in here and pull this down just like that. All the way across here. Come down through here. I'm just going to do it all the way across. Just because no matter what I've thought about in the past, what I was going to do in the foreground of my paintings, I've sometimes been upset with the fact that I didn't make it run all the way across, and I had to go back and kind of redo some of my stuff. So I'm going to take the cleaner edge of the brush, and I'm going to come across here like this, and just make it look like reflections. Just make it look like reflections in the water up here. And the way this look, it could be a frozen lake, it could be, almost frozen. I come across. There we go. Does that give a good effect there, Nikki?
Yes.
Does that look like a reflection?
Sorry, your phone's having technical difficulties. The phone just keeps randomly unfocusing.
Is it because it's zoomed in?
No, I zoomed it out, zoomed it in. It just keeps. It never did that before.
Sometimes you can overdo this, but I want to give it the effect I want to. A really nice reflection. There we go. Just come across it. You can overdo it. I don't want to overdo it. All right. So there's got some reflection there. Now I want to push this. I want to push this whole scene back. Realistically, I guess right now I could stop with it or whatever, but I like to make a lot of trees. So trees are fun to make. They're relatively easy to make.
Hang on, Joe. Back up.
Oh.
Okay.
All right. Oh, what do I want to do? Almost as a rule, it's almost hard to. You usually don't want to put greens into your painting if you're going to do fir trees. But man, I'm gonna go ahead and mix myself up a color. Oh shoot! I'm gonna mix up another one of those really
Mommy,
like a light blue gray
Sure.
color from all the colors I've been using. I'm just gonna go ahead and mix that up. I'm gonna use that to make this tree a little bit more black. Maybe some brown. Try some browns. Just mixing up a color here, see if I want to use this. What color I want to use for my. Well, yeah, that's the one thing, Kylie. That's where I'm watching.
Nope,
everybody.
Kylie.
Just mixing up a color here just to see if it's what I want to use for this for the tree. But
I want to see Daddy's video.
Because I'm gonna come in. I'm gonna.
I want to see Daddy's video.
You're seeing it, honey.
Yeah, they see what we see.
This almost is like I'm making like almost like how a blue spruce would look. It's a muted blue with a gray undertone. I put a little bit of brown in there. I don't want it to look too crazy blue because there really aren't any really blue trees. Just blue leaves and stuff like that. Oh, and then I'm gonna grab myself another. I'll go ahead and use that one that I used to make those effects. God, the video is right there behind you. Don't knock it over. And that. I'm loading up my brush full of color. Kylie, you're going to make a mess. Girlfriend, you're going to make a mess. Right down here.
Let's do this.
Right in the middle of my Aurora Borealis,
No,
over the
Kylie.
mountain. I'm going to come down here in front and pull this down for a nice little mountain. Or not
Kylie.
mountain. Kylie, you're kind of messing me up. A nice little, it starts with some trees here. I'm going to bring this one to the side here. You don't have to bring these all the way down and make it like these.
Mommy, can you run that girl?
These,
I can't right now.
These fir trees, you don't have to bring them all the way down, but I sometimes do when I'm dealing with the colors I'm dealing with. Just to help me outline. And then I come back in here at the edge of my brush with the fan brush with the same colors. You can come down however you want on this. You can make your trees
So watch it
skinny,
from here, so you
really full of color, thick and everything. Let's come down to the very bottom and fan that thing out really well to push back. My goal is to have cool little trees in here, but also I want to push all that back. And if anybody who's seen my paintings and know, my favorite thing to do is to frame.
Mommy, can I see
I love to
the
frame
Patronus
my
bug
mountain
with the
scenes.
catskin spray?
I love to
Hey,
frame
that
my
one
mountain scenes
more
with
short and this one's
trees
short.
like this. Let's come down there until I'm happy with it on that end. I kind of need a little bit more into here so that my highlight color will stick out when I go back to highlight. Right, like that. Ooh. I think it looks like Angie's keeping up with you guys and your comments really well, so I'm very appreciative of that as we're trying to do the shape of these trees and stuff here. She's doing really great, considering the fact that my phone decided to have some technical difficulties. So I'm gonna come in here and make the rest of these trees.
Look, Mommy, this guy's balancing a bouncy ball on top of a triangle on his head.
Yeah, so yeah, you're like, man, you just covered up all that work you did in the background, but you gotta put in all the back, the work in the back on your way towards the front to really make the painting just really pop.
Can't really see anything.
Huh? You can't see anything?
You're in front of it.
Oh, I have been?
Yeah, just
The
right
whole
there.
time?
No.
Sorry. Sorry, there on the YouTube video there for being in front of the camera there on that. So I'm gonna try to pay attention to what I'm doing this next time and not,
There I go again.
put a little tip there on that, for those, right there. Yeah, I just used a little bit of a blue color here. I really grayed down blue, almost like a blue spruce type fir tree I'm making here. I'm just going back and forth, and sometimes I don't have enough paint on my brush here, and I'll go back and scrape it up and get some more on my brush. There we go. If I can do this. And I appreciate everybody who is sticking with me here and watching me do this. It really starts to show up down here whenever you make your the part of your tree kind of overhang over there onto the lake, and then the background really pushes it back.
Oh, Gail said she's watching. She wants you to know, but she doesn't see anywhere to make comments or anything.
Oh, on YouTube?
She must be on YouTube.
Sorry, Gail. Sorry, Gail, about YouTube. I guess this is my first time ever doing YouTube Live, so I don't know. I didn't know you couldn't make comments. I'm gonna take my my knife here. I'm gonna grab a little bit of the brown color, and I'm gonna put in some indications of just some small indications of the tree trunk or whatever. You might not, whenever I do my highlights, you might not see all of it, but you'll see some of it, and that's the effect I'm going for there. Just to see a little bit of it. Let you know if there's a trunk there.
Tracy checked in here.
Got me one down there. Hey Tracy, how you doing? Just gonna run that up there. That kind of runs my top of my tree up a little bit more. Let's come down here, put that back a little bit further. Right there. Come up in here. Ooh, run that way up. There we go. Alright. So then now I'm gonna come in here. I'm gonna put me a little bitty tree right here. Kind of run it down there. I'll make this little bitty baby tree here. Run it back and forth. You might not see it until I put the highlights on it, but it's there. It's there. It's sitting there, looking over the water. Can't leave that little baby tree alone, so I gotta put a little bit of, use the small end of my knife, small edge of my knife, and put indication of a trunk, and then run the top of it up a little bit. Looks pretty cool when you got that peak, or the tip of the tree going straight up. Now I'm gonna use that same color I was using there, but I'm gonna lighten it up a little bit with some snow color to make myself a highlight. And that highlight color, the thing about oil painting is you want to do, if you want to complete a painting like this in one sitting, you have to make sure that it's a thin paint. So I have this thin white paint called liquid white or magic white, and I mix it in there and it thins down the paint so that the thinner paint will stick to the thicker paint that's at the bottom of it. Okay, so I'll put that in there. It's mixed up a little bit too much. I'll put a little bit more white in there because I want it to look like these trees were just snowed on. Okay, I'll come in here and load my brush up full of paint. I'm just gonna come in here and just kind of, I'm just gonna highlight this a little bit. I hit it with the brush, and I make the brush I hit it kind of hard. So what I'm trying to say is that I make these little, looks like the pine needles or whatever on it by hitting it at a little bit of like a 45-degree angle, and it just kind of lifts that brush bristle up, and it makes the effect of little pine needles or whatever. You know, I'll come down here and I'll actually do it a lot. Just make like little, looks like snow-covered plants or whatever down there. If I'm not looking to do too much with color, so I'm not going to put yellows and reds and everything in here because this isn't a summer scene. All right, get back in here. I want that middle one to stand out more. I want it to come forward, so I'm gonna do this other one first. This third one here. Highlight it. Next, let's pick out some limbs to put some highlights on, and you know, this is where if you mess up on your making your first layer of pine needles or whatever on your fir trees, you can really fix that. I have never ever made a perfect pine tree or any kind of tree. I've never made perfect. I'm usually coming in with the highlights and I'm kind of covering up the spots that I've messed up or that just weren't what I wanted. That's all right. Come across there, make this into more of a plant, more plants down there. And I can't leave this little guy over here, this little girl. I actually put in almost every painting, I try to put a little small tree or small plant in that painting, every painting that I make, and it kind of represents my little girl, the one who's dancing around all the time and making jokes and trying to see stuff. So there's my little Kylie right there. Almost every painting, pretty much every painting, I have something in there that I pick out that it's her. That's a little cool thing I try to do with my paintings. Oh, I'm trying to get out of the way of the YouTube stuff as I'm putting this on here. I apologize to anybody watching my YouTube videos. This is my big boy here, so I'm gonna try to bring him out. I'm gonna try to bring him out front. By doing him last, I can bring him to the foreground more. And usually that's just by lightening up my color a little bit more. And they all end up looking like they're all together. But you don't want to mush all your paints together. Because if you mushed all this stuff together down here, you wouldn't be able to pick up all these individual things down there. And you'll still be able to see a little bit of the trunk in here. You can't see a lot of it, you can see enough in there. And then what I like to do at the bottom of these things right here, I'll get my little liner brush, get me some paint.
Kylie?
And I'll come in, Kylie, you okay? I'll come in here to my browns. I got 3 different browns going. I've got raw umber. I fell in love with raw umber a long time ago, and I like to use it. A little bit of Van Dyke brown, raw umber, and I even come in here and get a little bit of that.
I drew a picture of the galaxy.
Burnt umber, which is a really cool reddish looking
I
brown.
made a picture of galaxy.
I get my
and the
a
stars.
little bit of paint
And
here.
also the
And-
planet.
yeah,
And
not
that
everything
is a
is
really
snow
good
covered, not everything is alive.
Great job.
So I come and pick out a little spot and I'll put in a little bitty
Hey, look,
indication
I drew
of
a
sticks and
picture of the
twigs.
galaxy.
You made a galaxy, that's stars and everything? Here,
And
here.
here's a planet. And here's aliens.
Oh, aliens, let's hold it up here and everybody can see that. There's Kylie's
And
What
look,
is it?
he has blue eyes.
blue eyes. So you got stars. This is a galaxy, right? So you got stars, you got a planet. What else you say? What else stays in there? Aliens?
Yeah.
You say aliens are in there?
Yeah.
Well, that is cool.
Look, there's our little alien.
All right, that's
Purple.
awesome. Good
And he
job.
has
That's his eyes. It looks like an alien snail. There you go, sweetheart.
It is an alien
Snail, like what's his name? What's his name on SpongeBob? What is his name?
Gary.
Gary the snail. Gary the alien snail. So here I am, just coming in here, putting some of these indications of sticks and twigs that are
Daddy,
picking up.
do you know what the star's name is?
What is it, honey?
That plays the SpongeBob all day.
Yeah, what's his name? Is that Patrick?
Yeah.
Patrick Star? You love that show, don't you? So I'm
Yeah.
just kind of putting in some indications of some brown little sticks and twigs that are in here.
Kylie, you're gonna knock it down. Stop.
You can actually, and I'll go here in a
Over
second.
there.
It kind of adds, these kind of add depth to it too with your painting there. You can also take a little bit, you can take your little liner brush, I'll kind of brush it off a little bit, and I'll dip it in a little bit of the liquid white, maybe put a little bit of that brown in there. But you can actually take a little bit of that, you can make some snow covered ones sticking out there, that makes a cool effect too. Like this one. Some snow covered dewars right there, so to speak. I don't know what the heck they call them, snow covered little plants and things that just kind of didn't get destroyed by the first big snow. And there you go, you got some ones that are uncovered.
Kylie,
some
you're
that
gonna
are
knock the stuff down. Come on.
just a cool
Go.
little effect you can do.
I watched
A lot of different things you can do with this
From
stuff.
here.
Well, down here in the
It
bottom,
looks the same.
I've got a lot of my brushes going, so I'm gonna take I gotta get myself some black. Holy crap, I ran out of my black here. So here I'm getting some color here. I try to have all the color that I need on here, but it's almost impossible whenever you
Daddy,
This
see you
is
in
a pretty
video
big painting.
camera.
So I'm gonna go ahead and get some of this black in there, put that on there.
Kylie.
I don't want you to mess that up, sweet pea.
I'm not going to
So I'm
miss
gonna
it
come
up.
down here and I'm gonna add a little bit of black in here. You can
Let's
see
go
that.
to
Gail
the
said
dance
love.
with
Gail
it.
said love you.
Love
Love
you,
you.
Gail.
Oh, she said that to Kylie? Good. I love you too, Gail.
Hey, Mommy, let's go over there and do a dance.
So-
And then
Okay.
we're
I'm
gonna
coming
do
here with
this.
this black and just putting it in there.
Uno momento.
And then
Hold on, Manta.
Uno momento.
I get excited
Hold on
whenever
a minute,
I see
though.
something cool that I can do. I get
Hold
really
on,
excited.
Manta.
So I just got excited, so I got me a little bit of an energy boost here. I gotta find I'm over here looking for one of my brushes. Shoot. Where's that? Did I use it already? That's shoot. I gotta rinse off one of these brushes because I got a really cool thing I want to do down here.
Earlier you probably didn't see it. Joyce said it's amazing how you know where to start. in the beginning.
Oh.
Where to go next, push it back and stuff.
Joyce, thank you. Angie just told me it's amazing where you know where to start and how you're going to finish. That's the thing about doing this technique. It's really called wet on wet technique, and this is the technique everybody knows. It's started by Bob Ross. Not started by Bob Ross. Actually, it started centuries ago by I think it's Italy or Greece or somewhere around there. But it was really made popular by Bill Alexander, who was the predecessor to Bob Ross, and then he shared it for 2 decades, the better part. I'm trying to find another one of my brushes here.
Joy is on, and Joy's mom is on.
How you guys doing? How are you
Wanda's
guys doing?
peeping in. I don't know if she's still here.
I can't find one of the brushes I need, so I'm going to use a brush I don't normally use for this technique of making flowers. I'm going to try to see what I can do here. I'm going to go ahead, get some of this blue and this white, use some of my really, right there. Let's see what this can do. Let's see. Let's kind of add some white bushes down here in the front. Kind of just be mindful of what you're doing with it. Try to follow a certain pattern. Don't just throw color in there. And I'm really just using the edge of my brush. I'm really just using the edge of that brush there. Oh, thank you, Kylie. I was gonna be hungry after this. I've talked so much.
Open
There's a
mine.
really good one right there. Really, that's like the snow really hit that one right there. Put that right there. There's some snow covering maybe some flowers that didn't quite lose all their petals, and maybe some grass and some other bushes down here. I don't like the way that one turned out. There we go. Oh, there. I don't like straight lines. I don't like straight lines in my bushes. Let's come back around this way. I follow a pattern with this, how I think that the snow may fall on top of the plant or whatever's down here, the grass, the bush, the whatever, and then leave this black area in here, and that's where all your underbrush is, where the snow's not 4 foot deep to cover up all these bushes. It's falling down to the bottom here. Come up here. It's really cool. You go over the lake. Take your bushes there over your lake part, and it just helps create more depth like that, just like that. Oh man, I'm trying to think here. Yeah, I could bring this all the way across there, and I really like the way this all here turned out here. But what time is it? How long have I been on here? Well, I haven't been on here for too awful long. I got an idea to do something over here. If everybody sticks around with me, I'm gonna go ahead and do something over here, and I'll be done. I like to frame my stuff, so this right here is just a half a frame. I need a full frame. Whether it goes all the way up through here or not, I really need a full frame. So I'm gonna go ahead and I saw something I want to do here, so I'm gonna go ahead and get some of this black color here, and I'm gonna come back over here and just add in some black color here, and come in here and come out over that lake. Before I do that, I have one other thing I have to do. I'd be doing this painting an injustice if I forgot about this. I need to add in a shoreline here. I'm gonna come in here really quickly and just add in a shoreline. You can push the shoreline back. Make some more depth in there too if you feel like it. I'm just gonna use a really bright white. It just kind of looks like snow's built up there. Let's do that. I got too excited and I started working on this before I finished up the shoreline here, so I just want to go there and fix it. In my opinion, this is like the foothills come down here and meet in a little bit of a valley that starts out starts out the big old lake, but just right through here where I made those come together, to me that looks like maybe that's the runoff, or maybe the glaciers or whatever down here. There's a creek hidden back there that comes in there. Like in the summer, if I did this in the summer or the spring, that probably had spring when everything's thawing and melting, I would probably make a huge spring or a creek coming in there and leading out to this. This painting would be fun to do in the. This painting would be fun to do in the springtime.
Can't see it when I have it back there. It looks.
What? You guys, does it look better now? Can you guys see that now? I hope. So, there we go.
That probably helps see the painting, but I can't hold it like this. Or it's gonna wobble all over.
Here, I'm gonna put myself some, just a little bit of ripples in here, in the water. They could be ripples, or if to you this looks like it's a frozen, if you think it's a frozen lake, it could just be like where chunks of ice have kind of popped up, or maybe the snow has gathered out here in a spot, maybe where there has been a chunk of ice pop up and the snow's kind of catching on it. I'll run this all the way up here. You can overdo this effect, but I really haven't found out yet if I can overdo it, because I will add it and add it and add it and add it. It's just such a cool effect to add to your water. But at some point I gotta stop. There we go. Put some distant ones. When you're really up too close to this painting, you'll see all that, and to me it just makes it so people will look at my painting and go, "Wow, you did that," and that's what I'm looking for. Always.
Daddy, Dad was copying the same thing what you're doing.
Yeah? Kylie, you know who Daddy's favorite painter is? Hey, Kylie, who's Daddy's favorite painter?
Bob Ross.
Yep, good job.
And look. These things.
Oh, yeah, it's moving and stuff.
Yeah, it's moving. I'm having a heck of a time.
So I'm bringing this over here, and I'm going to actually... Oh, and there goes that bush. Oh, man, I made that bush, and now it's gone. This right here is gone. Well, I'm going to make some more bushes. All right, there we go. That's too steep. There we go. All right. Now I'm going to get my liner brush out. Give me a bigger liner brush. I'll get a really big one. Maybe like a number 2, number 3 liner brush.
Daddy?
Yeah, honey.
And the phone that thing is copying the same voice that you're making.
It is? I know, because it's recording me and putting it out there. So I'm coming here with all my browns. I kind of mix them up. I like to mix them all up. I just grab them, mix them up on the palette. If I don't think, well, I got enough in there. I'm going to come here. I'm going to make this a big tree. Right up in there. Take off all the paint. There we go. I gotta get a lot more paint thinner there. Because all I did right there was take off the dark paint from the canvas. And that's what happens. You don't want to overdo it with the paint thinner, but when you don't do it enough, it'll let you know. Because it'll take off your brush will take off paint just as well as it'll put paint on. So I'll come down here. I'm making the big part of the trunk of my tree trunk. Yes, honey.
I gave you these shoes because I knew you were hungry.
Oh, thank you. If you open it for me, I'll take them by one now.
Okay, open it. Mark, Daddy said if you open it, I'll eat it.
Yes, sir.
No.
So I'm just using this really big brush here to make my the bigger part of my trunk, and then I'm gonna go get. I'm gonna come back with a smaller brush to make the little limbs, and I'm just gonna kind of bring that. It's got some nice roots out here that stick up out of the ground. Kind of bring it over there. You'll see some of that stuff, but I'm gonna cover up a lot of it. Oh, and I got that. Oh, they probably can't see crap from there, from that angle. Okay, now let me see. Let me get a smaller, lighter brush here. I'm getting too excited here. I'll grab some of this brown here. it's got a little bit of the white in there from my last time I used it. That's okay. It kind of does two things. Adds a highlight on there while I'm making the limbs. So I'm just gonna come in here. I got all my stuff out here. It's a big tree, so I want it's gonna have a lot of limbs on it. 'Cause it's supporting a lot of trees, or it's supporting a lot of bushy leaves and stuff. So I gotta make a lot of arms. A lot of arms. Right? What you doing, Kylie? You entertaining? Are you entertaining, Kylie?
It's copied.
It's copied you. It's recording you. That's what it's doing. Like I said at the very beginning of this video, for everybody who watches this on YouTube, you know, I'm not going to be one of those people, I don't think, ever to make a painting in a half an hour, 27 minutes, like Bob Ross does, like some of these people who are on Facebook. I've watched a lot of people, I follow a lot of people who paint on Facebook Live, but they do a lot of editing to their stuff and they edit down what they do. My whole goal is here to come up with a painting that I think I can do within a couple hours or less, and then get out here and do it for everybody and talk and be social, because you know I'm not into the editing stuff. I want to be able to talk to people while I'm painting. I want my little girl to be able to have fun, because if I couldn't spend time with my family while I paint, I wouldn't be painting, because I love my family. I love doing stuff with them. My wife is awesome to let me work all the overtime that I do, and then let me come and unwind while painting and pursuing this thing that I had no idea that I could do, and had no idea that I'd fall in love with it when I started it. So that's my story. And if anybody comments on the YouTube thing and they say man, I wish you would edit the stuff down or whatever, I won't be offended by it, but I won't do it. You can just hit fast forward on this video and other videos that I do, and hopefully you find some way to enjoy just painting. Hopefully it since I've been painting and doing live videos and stuff, and people that paint that are my friends, they've said, well, they've started painting and doing their art since I've started doing this YouTube or Facebook Live stuff, and that makes me happy right there, because you know, anything to do with the arts, I think it's just awesome to promote. And I follow so many different people on Instagram that do so much different art than just painting. Like I have a lot of people who specialize in photography, and people who like clay and ceramics and stuff that I just find a lot of beauty in, and I find a lot of inspiration in, and that's just what I do. And I appreciate everybody for sticking with me and watching me through this process. I'm just going to add some sticks and twigs in here, all the way down the front part here, because I'm going to add in I might add in a little bit of, I might add another little tree in here. Just a small little tree. Maybe there's two Kylies in here. All right. Maybe there's there's
Make that other
kids.
girl. Make that other
Could be
small one.
Alexis or
The
Peter,
girl that
or
we
whatever.
ate with the other day.
Marissa?
Yeah.
Oh, maybe Marissa. Maybe this is Marissa.
Yeah,
So
maybe
maybe
we
this
can
is
make...
Kylie's little friend Marissa. She is over here. And then Kylie's over there in the other bank, and they're talking to each other. Look, you guys are going to be talking to each other for the lifetime of this painting.
Why do you make two small ones and I got the other one, Marissa, and I got me.
I think I've got enough. I've got enough in there to support my limbs. So that's all I want there. Now I'm going to come back with my same brush that I put the highlight on the other one. Kylie, you're nuts. Are you bouncing that around like that, or? Oh, your Andy's doing that.
Yeah, that's me trying to hold it. It's on the charger.
Kylie has become my tripod, so I better. Or Angie's become my tripod, so
Yeah, it's very shaky.
I better get some more of these highlights on there. I've got to get a little bit more of my liquid white out, because I ran out of liquid white. That's what happens when you put a lot of white onto your painting. You run out of it. So now I gotta grab myself something to scoop it out. So I just use this liquid white. Got a big old healthy scoop of it. lay it on there on the palette. Oh, as any painter will tell you, it's a mess. My hands are all a mess. Everything's all a mess. Down here's a mess. I paint on top of a huge carpet that I've confiscated from my little girl here.
Yeah, it's her Sophia.
Or Sophia, the first carpet. Or rug, or whatever you want to call it. So I'm okay. I'm going to use the same edge that I've been using for the other side. I'm going to put a little bit of blue into this one. At first, up here at the top.
Okay.
Calm down, girlfriend. Oh, shoot. Anyway, okay, so I'm going to come down here, I'm going to come up here, and you'll see I put these snowy highlights in here. And I'm going to cover up a lot of the limbs that I made and the trunks and all that stuff, but I'm going to leave enough of them uncovered that you know that it's a tree, and you can see them and add something to the painting here. I'm trying to be mindful of where all my limbs are and not cover up everything. But if you don't cover up enough, then it just doesn't look right.
Hey, Kylie.
There's a snow cover.
Kylie, look at me.
Kylie, look at mommy.
If you wanted a treat after this, I would walk over to the carpet for a little bit over there where your show is. Okay?
Kylie.
You want to go get a treat afterwards? Okay, then go.
Kylie, stop. You were going
And
nuts.
5, 4, 3.
Kylie's almost acting like she's got a little bit of
Thank you.
sugar in her or something like that. But we haven't given her any sugar.
Cheetos.
Oh, Cheetos. Oh, gosh. She gets that whipped Cheetos as well. All right. I'm going to come down here. I got some bushes down here. I'm going to make a little bush there. Come down here. Put a little bush in there. Put a little bit of blue in this. Kind of lost my weight here in this. There we go. I'm using a different brush than I normally do to make my little bush effect down here. So I'm trying to capture the right side of the right edge of this particular brush I've got to use to make the effect. So here I am covering up this little bitty tree down there. And just make some bushes down in here. Make these bushes come over here. Just a bunch of
Kylie,
just a
get
bunch
down.
of snow-covered bushes to finish this painting out. A little bit of dark in there. That's okay. That takes a little bit of depth. You see that tree? But yeah, this is pretty much a very snow-covered winter scene here. And I didn't want to use too much stuff up here because I want to take away from what this painting is really what this painting really does pays tribute to. That's the Aurora Borealis. So I think that's about all I'm going to do on this painting. So I'll go ahead and put the signature on it, and I'm done with this one. Done with this one. And I thank everybody who sat here and watched me do this and talk to us. And even if you just showed up to watch Kylie and her antics, I appreciate it. She appreciates it too because she got to entertain you. So I'm just getting myself a little bit of red here with my liner brush. I'm going to come here in the white. I'm going to sign the white. I'm going to lighten that up a little bit. I'm making it into more of a pink. I want that to show up a little bit. There we go. There we go. I'll put a little bit more liquid white in there to make that signature show up a little bit more. And my signature is really just the LJD that love you, Kylie. Now watch out, I'm signing here.
Daddy, where are you going to eat some Cheetos?
As soon as I get done signing this and talking to everybody. And just put this on here. So my real signature is just the LJD. However I put it on, it doesn't matter. I don't care what color. I use multiple colors. And I put it, you can try to do left or right.
Keep doing that.
left or right corner. Everybody has their own signature that they do, and since I've made my brand pretty much the LJD brand, that's what how I sign and everything. So I'm gonna set this palette down.
I don't know how many
just
times
a-
I've shown my scary face by pushing it.
Oh gosh. Hope you guys like the painting there. Like I said, all these paintings, they look so great in person. So I hope.
I'm going down.
Thank you, Gail. Thank you, Joyce. Thank you, everybody who's showed up. I'm going to go back and try to look at everybody's comments since I wasn't able to look at them. I want to thank everybody who's on YouTube as well, who are going to watch this painting. Hopefully you like it. Those of you who are on YouTube, leave me some comments, drop me a line. Give me pointers, give me tips, give whatever you want. I'll talk to you. I'll respond to everything. I like to talk. I like to type. Oh, thank you, Kelly. Thank you very much. Debbie, first time I've seen you on here. Thank you for showing up.
Daddy, stop
Joyce,
talking.
thank you. Wanda, thank you for showing up. Thank you for your comments there, Wanda. I'm just going back here and looking at everybody's things. I appreciate everybody who showed up and everybody who commented. I'll try to get back with everybody. I'm gonna let you guys all have a good night. I'm gonna sign off from
What
Facebook
you
and
say?
YouTube.
You're not supposed
All right.
to say that.
Good night. And good night.
Oh, sorry, I had to move that.
No, I got it. Well, I'm gonna do a close up of this
Oh
with
my
YouTube.
God.
Just doing a close up here on the YouTube there. Man, this is so much better on this camera right here. But there is the finished, completed painting, and then I have no clue how do you save this. Sorry, we are new to this YouTube thing here, so I don't know how to share. Let's do that. No, let's not do that.
I'm gonna play some games on the tablet.
This is. Let's turn around here and see if that does it.
Daddy, I'm gonna play a little bit of.
I don't know how to
McDonald's
save
game.
this, Angie.
Daddy, could I play this McDonald's game right here?
I got it.
It's on there? Oh, all right, cool. And then copy link. I'm just going to copy a link. Just go. Then I just hit X probably.